It's Randytbird out here in Arizona on a beautiful April morning. Beautiful day, going to be in the 80s today. Desert's in almost full bloom. You can see the colors, the yellows, the purples, the green, bright green everywhere. There's been just a beautiful spring so far. It's supposed to be in the 90s tomorrow. Wow, look at all the horses. Wowzers. There's a wild horse, I guess. I don't know. A lot of people stop and take a picture, so it must be the wild horse herd, so to speak. There's a lot of them out here. We're not far from the Verde River here, so they graze out here, and then they're close to water, so they can be there. But I've never seen that many of them that close together. Maybe they're feeding them there at that little rodeo arena there that's there, so I don't know. But they're definitely looks like the wild horses from the area. Mountainsides are very very colorful. Got the saguaros out there. Just out for a ride to clear my head. It's been kind of a tough week. My mom has been in the hospital and not doing very well, and actually not doing well at all, so I've spent a lot of time there this week, and I've got to go back here this afternoon, but I wanted to get out and get on the bike and kind of reset my mind a little bit. You know, motorcycles are therapeutic, and just kind of get out. Not too long a ride today, but just to get out. I'm on the Heritage today. I felt the need for a very comfortable motorcycle today, and not that my Dyna isn't comfortable, but it's in a different league than the Heritage here. You know, with the fairing and everything, it really blocks the wind well, and so you can ride at good speeds and in comfort. You know, I've got the sundowner seat on it, which is a very comfortable seat. I tried a Saddlemen Explorer, and I found it to be, unfortunately for me anyway, it was uncomfortable. It sat me at an odd angle, and it made my lower back hurt, and like most Saddlemen seats, it's very firm. So as much as Saddlemans make good looking seats, I'm just not a great big fan of them anymore. I prefer either the Harley seats or the Mustang brand. I find them to be more comfortable. Also, Lepera makes some pretty nice seats there. Now, to be fair, I have not tried out the Saddlemen Road Sofa, which is a big touring seat. But to be honest, I can't afford to just buy things and hope that they're good. You know, I do enough of changing around and on different things, and I ended up selling things and getting some money back, and sometimes I buy some more. But you know, you got to be comfortable on your motorcycle, and you got to tailor them to you, which is, I think, the best seat that I've ever had on these motorcycles. On the Heritages is the Harley Sundowner Solo. It fits with the stock pillion pad or passenger seat, however you want to call it, and looks good. It looks like it belongs on the bike. It is a little wide, but you know what? I don't care. So am I. And it is just super comfortable. And I think I could ride a long distance on this seat, especially in concert with the fairing and the windshield that's on here. It's very comfortable. You don't get a lot of wind blast at all, and then if you do happen to get caught in a little rain, it kind of creates a dry pocket there behind the fairing. I don't have the radio or anything. I don't feel like I really need a radio on my bike. I had a Street Glide several years ago, and it had a radio, and after the novelty wore off, I hardly ever turned it on. So, but it did have a weather band channel on, which was useful at times. People may wonder why, if I had a Street Glide, why I wanted to put a Heritage, take a Heritage and put a fairing on it and kind of make it look like a street glide. That was not the intention. The intention was to be comfortable, and also it's close to 200 pounds lighter than a street glide, and that makes a big difference. I like the higher bars on the Heritage, and a lot of the yeah, I've still got saddlebags. They lock. They look like they're leather, but they're actually a marine grade vinyl with over plastic tubs, and they do lock, so they're secure. I've heard stories that they leak in hard rain, but frankly, I don't do much riding in hard rain out here in Arizona, so it's kind of a non thing for me. So this will be the comfortable one. So comfortable seat, comfortable fairing, saddlebags, got a backrest with a rack on it that I can put another bag on. I'm good to go there. If I want to rip around, I've got the Dyna. That's the hot rod. And if I want a total change of pace, I've got the Triumph, the T100. So she hasn't. I haven't ridden her much in the last month, but I think tomorrow I'll probably get out on the Triumph for a while. You know, it's kind of a weird thing having that much choice in my motorcycle life, is having the 3 bikes. So, you know, I have more bikes than I have time. But that's okay. At some point, that'll either turn around or something else will go on, and then whatever it is. But for now, I have that choice. I'm gonna take a ride up over the foothills here, up into the desert where all the rocks are here, and this hill that goes up over into a really nice valley up there. Interested in seeing how good that looks here out here in the spring. It should be really awesome. This is a great road, Highway 87 up here. I spent a lot of time up here. One of my favorite roads in Arizona. Yeah, you go different elevation changes, and you get to see cool things like hawks out there hunting, out there sailing among the rocks. Very beautiful. I don't know how well the GoPro will pick them up. I wish you had a zoom function on the GoPro that you could use, or at least that I could understand enough to use. Well, the old M8 114 makes short work of these hills. It's just cruises right up without any drama whatsoever. I remember years ago I had an 04 Electric Glide Standard with the 88-inch motor and a 5-speed transmission, and loaded up with the X and stuff for a week camping trip on it. My God, I had to be down at times into 3rd gear to make the climbs and keep the speed up. So, you know, if I'd have kept that any longer, I'd probably thrown, when the 88-inch motor needed a top end, I would have probably thrown the 95 kit on it. I hear that makes all the difference. But that's past history. The 96 came out and basically cured all of that problem. So I did my Street Glide that I had was an 07, and it had the 96 cubic inch motor in it, and it ran really good. That was one of my favorite twin cam motors, is that 96. A great motor. The 103 is no slouch, but the 96 just had a feel to it. I just think it's one of Harley's great motors. Now here's the valley coming up here on the downside of that mountain. It's a big long hill coming up on the other side, and you got 3 lanes up there so you can pass the slow traffic. It's pretty nice. And then it drops back down into the lower desert and then back towards Phoenix. But you can still see some of the skeletal trees here from the big fire that we had a couple of years ago. So it's not as colorful as I thought, at least not yet, but it'll get there. Seems like the higher elevations you have less flowers, which is odd to me. But if you look at the hillside over there that didn't burn, that forest of saguaros over there is just outstandingly beautiful. Anyway, this is Randy T-Bird out here on April morning. Just out here clearing my head on the bike and just enjoying the morning before I got to go back to the realities of the cycle of life here. So, at anyway, I want to thank you for subscribing and following my channel. It's been awesome, and I really appreciate everything that you guys do, and love to see your comments. Tell a friend about my channel. Really appreciate it. You guys take it easy. This is Randy T-Bird. I'm out.